There's a moment early in the morning, before anyone else is up. You're standing in front of the mirror, toothbrush in hand, water running, mind already racing with the day's worries, work deadlines, texts you haven't answered, the mess in the kitchen. Your reflection looks tired, maybe a little harder or more brittle than you want to admit. Just for a second, your attention wavers, and you notice a flicker of something unexpected in your own eyes, a kind of longing, a softness that feels out of place. Maybe you're used to showing up tough and decisive. Maybe you're always the one who takes care of everything, who keeps it together. But right now, beneath all that, there's something quieter, more open. Or maybe it's the opposite. You see a flash of fierceness, determination, a stubborn fire you don't usually let out. Either way, it's unfamiliar. Both are yours. The moment passes, but it stays with you as you go about your day. A hint that there are more sides to you than anyone sees, maybe more than you see too. That fleeting feeling doesn't go away. It shows up at work when someone interrupts, and your instinct is to keep the peace, swallow your opinion, make room for others. It's there at home when you over-explain to your partner why you're stressed, apologizing for your own needs, trying to smooth the edges so no one is upset. And then there are other times. Someone questions your decision, and suddenly you snap, say what you really think, maybe too sharply. Sometimes you're quick, rational, locked onto a goal. Other times you get lost in daydreams, feel waves of intuition or moods you can't explain. In relationships, there's the dance, sometimes leading, sometimes following, sometimes not sure which role is even yours. You notice it with friends too, how we play out old scripts, switching between strength and softness almost unconsciously. And when you're alone, the two sides keep showing up. A quiet ache for connection alongside a need to assert yourself, a craving for gentleness mixed with a push to get things done. You wonder why it all feels so complicated, why it's so hard to feel solid and whole, not torn between parts that seem like opposites. This isn't just personality, it goes deeper. As kids, many of us learn early which qualities are safe to show and which aren't. A girl hears, "Don't be so bossy," and learns to keep her assertiveness hidden. A boy who cries is told, "Toughen up, boys don't do that," so he swallows his tenderness and learns to armor up. Sometimes it's more subtle. A family where emotions are messy, where the person who is strong gets respect and the one who hesitates is left behind. You might see your father push to keep going no matter what, fix it, move on, don't dwell, and think that's the only way to live. Or you might witness your mother holding the family together by reading moods, adapting, making peace, but never asking for what she needs. Over time, you pick up the rules. Some feelings and traits belong to you, others are for them, for the opposite gender, for someone else, never for you. We grow up thinking certain strengths are naturally ours, others forever out of reach. But they don't disappear. The qualities we push away don't vanish, they just go underground. Carl Jung described this as the Anima and Animus, the unconscious feminine in men, the unconscious masculine in women, each a kind of hidden blueprint inside us. These aren't about surface roles or cultural labels. Jung meant something deeper, that every psyche holds both masculine and feminine energies, both logic and emotion, action and receptivity, boundary and connection. The trouble comes when these parts stay split. When we live from only one side, the other acts out through dreams, moods, attractions, and projections onto others, making us feel incomplete, restless, or reactive in ways we can't explain. We chase people who seem to complete us, fall in love with qualities we deny in ourselves, or go to war with them in daily life. You see it at work, a leader who never listens to their gut, so all planning, no intuition. Or the creative buried in ideas with no energy to follow through. You see it in friendships, the one who always comforts, never asks for support, growing tired and resentful. Or the friend who charges ahead, never pausing to feel, leaving wreckage behind. In families, it's the familiar one parent always the fixer, the other always adapting, kids picking a side and becoming the strong one or the sensitive one. Inside yourself, it shows up as mixed signals, craving closeness but pushing it away, tiring of your own strength but afraid to let go. Even in your body, you might notice it: tension in the chest, compression in the gut, a sense of wanting two things at once. These splits aren't just habits, they're old survival strategies. When a man learns as a boy to hide emotion, he loses access to intimacy, empathy, creativity, the softer energies the anima carries. When a woman is taught to stay small and kind, always pleasing, she disconnects from the animus, the clarity, assertiveness, direction that gives her a voice and vision. But those parts don't vanish, they wait. They show up as mood swings, sudden crushes, creative blocks, conflict that feels out of proportion. The unconscious doesn't rest. It keeps trying to get your attention. Most people don't notice this at first. We blame others, bosses for not seeing our ideas, partners for being too emotional or too cold, friends for being unreliable. We chase relationships to fill what feels missing, looking for someone to complete us. We get hooked on fantasy, infatuation, or endless analysis of why nothing ever feels quite right. This is the cost of ignoring the parts inside us that are waiting to be claimed. But what if the parts you've been trying to avoid, your softness if you grew up hard, your boldness if you learned to stay quiet, hold the key to the balance you crave? What if inner conflict is information, not a flaw? Jung saw this challenge not as a mistake, but as a necessary journey, the individuation process. The work is bringing the anima and animus home, not erasing difference, but making a space where logic supports feeling, where initiative partners with receptivity, where boundary and connection can coexist. The value of what's dark or rejected isn't always easy to see, but that ache, the longing for what you've left behind, has a purpose. Someone who's always rational, always productive, may find their world going gray, routines empty. That dryness is a signal from, it's time to remember feeling, to invite in intuition, beauty, rest. Someone who drifts in emotion but never takes action may feel lost or stuck. That inertia is the animus knocking. Bring focus, make a choice, step into the world as you are. Anger might show you where boundaries have been lost. Envy could point out your hunger for a voice, for self-direction. Fatigue might be a call to soften, to make space for the values you've pushed away. Each signal holds a lesson. The problem isn't that you have these conflicting energies. The problem comes when you deny half of what's possible for you. Neither side is better. You don't need to be perfect or to solve everything at once. The goal isn't to become androgynous or erase gender, but to integrate, to bring balance, flexibility, wholeness, a way to adapt to each moment's need. Your anima isn't here to make you weak, it's where your empathy and creativity live. Your animus isn't just about aggression or taking charge. It's where clarity, conviction, and meaningful action are born. Integration isn't a straight line. Some days the old habits come back, over-pleasing, hardening, hiding, or overreaching. That's okay. No one is done with this work. Everyone stumbles. What matters is the willingness to come back, to turn toward the parts that make you uncomfortable, to keep learning their language. So, what does real integration look like in daily life? It starts with honest attention. Practice noticing when you default to one side only, always leading, always following, always rationalizing, never feeling. Or the reverse. Notice what triggers it. Who makes you harden? Where do you shrink? When do you feel safest letting new qualities appear? Try naming your moods and actions without judgment. I'm switched to planning mode now, or I'm letting myself feel sad. Even saying, this is my get it done side talking, can help you stay in dialogue rather than locked in a script. Journaling can be powerful here. Write from both voices. Let one page be your animus speaking, direct and bold. Then let the anima have her say in feeling, intuition, imagery. You might be surprised by what surfaces. Try asking, what do you think I need right now? What am I afraid of? The dialogue itself is an act of integration, a place where both energies can be heard, and neither has to win every argument. Boundaries don't always need long explanations. Practice small, clear no's when you feel overextended, with simple honesty. I can't do that right now. Notice how hard it is to let your boundaries stand without guilt or endless apology. It takes practice. Each time you honor your own limits, you teach your inner protector, the Animus, that it's safe to show up. Each time you soften where you used to snap, you show the Anima it's safe to feel and respond. Try practicing solitude without distraction. Put away the screens for a set time, even 10 minutes. Sit with whatever comes up: loneliness, restlessness, creative ideas. Solitude stretches the space where hidden parts come forward, where daydreaming or drive can appear on their own terms. Sometimes making space for both ambition and rest means structured alone time, a walk, time in nature, or just a pause for 3 slow breaths before you react. Experiment with honest moments with others. When you feel drawn to someone strong, or find yourself competing or shrinking, see if you can name what's happening inside. I admire how clear you are, or I notice I get quiet around you. Sharing this truth safely, even in small doses, shows you that what you admire isn't always missing. It's calling to be recognized in yourself. Try a weekly no. Pick one thing you'd usually agree to out of habit or fear, and say no kindly but firmly. This exercise lets your Animus practice advocating for yourself with integrity, not just armor. Watch how it feels to disappoint or surprise others, and what it teaches you about your own priorities. Use imagination to connect with the rejected part. Close your eyes. Picture your other side, the strength you're scared to claim, the gentleness you keep hidden. Imagine speaking to it. What does it want? What does it need from you? See what words, images, or sensations come. This isn't about forcing change. It's about building trust within yourself, letting each part know it's welcome, even if it's awkward or uncertain at first. With time, integration transforms both inner and outer worlds. You may feel less on edge, less like you're one mistake from being found out. Some relationships deepen as you show new facets, no longer needing someone to fill in your missing half. Others might drift if old roles no longer fit. You become more flexible, less panicked by contradiction, capable of both decisive action and quiet feeling, connection and self-trust. Your sense of self grows quieter but more real. Challenges don't disappear. You'll still face criticism, tension, days where you default to old defenses. But your responses shift. A sharp word takes less time to repair. A wave of sadness is met with curiosity, not shame. You learn you can survive discomfort, can carry both clarity and vulnerability at once. Integration isn't a destination. It's returning again and again until both sides of you feel at home. So maybe tomorrow morning, when you face your reflection, the ache or hardness will still be there. But there might be a softer companion, a steadier presence in your own eyes. Not a perfect balance, not an absence of struggle, but a quiet sense that all of you belongs. It's not about becoming a new person overnight. It's about coming home to sides you left behind, about inviting both strength and tenderness, both drive and rest to sit together at your table. Each day is another chance to listen and make space for the partnership within. If this resonated with you, subscribe for more videos on psychology, self-awareness, and practices for real inner growth. Let me know in the comments, what part of yourself are you learning to integrate? I read everyone.